everybody, Cesar Cortez here for Courts Golfing. Well, I'm finally able to make another video, and today it's going to be a special one because today we're going to go and do a club fitting for the woods. Now, I have been playing for almost about a year now, but seeing as how I got fitted for my irons, and little did I know that I needed a stiff shaft for my irons, I figured, well, now that we got time, maybe it's time that we start looking at the woods again. Right now, the ones I have right now are in a regular shaft. I believe at 55 grams. They're from Tour Edge, and they're for the HL3 lineup. Both my driver and my 3-wood are both in regular shaft. I don't know so much about the hybrid. I don't know if we're going to do that one today, but today we're going to go and get fitting for our woods, possibly the hybrid. So let's see what we can do at the golf shop. Oh guys, we made it. Now, I've been going to this golf shop for a long time, ever since I could when I started playing golf. Before I even got my clubs, this is where I came to, you know, browse around, look at what they had. And actually, almost everything I got from there came from this shop. Tim Elliott, he's the owner of the store. He's a real nice guy. He's helped me with my golf career so far, and was continuing to help me because today we're going to do a club fitting. So let's go on inside. All right, we're setting up the SkyTrack right now. Alright, so now that we've taken our practice shots, what we want to do now is that when we have the data, we're going to have at least 3 good shots to see if we can get optimized to see which clubs, which shaft, which head, that kind of stuff would be best for us. Alright, so let's keep going. That one was more in the toe. I felt that one way out there. Oh, that one felt solid. Solidly to the right.
It's okay. It is what it is.
Yep.
If you feel good about it, do so.
I know that's a little bit.
Total spin, 3,400. You can work on your spin down. You know,
Lower?
Oh, absolutely. It's got to be right around 225. Average carry is 208. We're rolling out average of 22 for an average of 230 off the tee. Like, that's going to give you that initial bounce. And the roll, if it comes down too steep, it's going to stick. But every time it touches the ground, it's going to slow down. So you want that one big kick rather than numerous kicks. That's what I'm on. South Texas, you get there.
All right, so looking at the data, we noticed that my club head speed is coming about 93 miles an hour. The tempo's all right and everything, but the shaft, it's flexing way too much on my downswing. So when my hands are about right here, the shaft is coming like, you know, giving it a whiplash effect, which is causing my inconsistency. So the slower I go with my shots, the more consistent I'm being. Now, if I do my normal shots, then, you know, what I'm usually, the tempo that I'm at, then there's the problem there. So we're gonna try an extra stiff shaft and then work our way from there. So let's see what we're working with today. So what I'm working with right here is a Callaway Razor Fit Extreme. This one is in the extra stiff shaft 6.5X, or 65X, sorry about that. And let's give this a whack.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You're just filling out the new club. You want to give me three of those? 3? But not yet, though. I mean, yeah, go on. I'm not recording yet.
Yeah.
You know, we'll delete these.
Okay.
Don't try to guide it or anything, just let the club go. So, That's a pretty good swing. And you're in luck if they go foul. Okay, buddy. How you? Beautiful. How does that club feel?
This one feels like that one. It's pretty natural.
Okay, that's three with that one.
Generally, when we're getting fitted, we're not really looking for like ball flight distance. We're looking at the numbers more or less, right?
Years ago, if the numbers are good, the ball flight's going to be good. We just work on the numbers, you know, yeah, but you still have to make the transition from can you do it under pressure? Yeah. Here, I've seen guys that when they leave, they're ripping them. They come back and just put pressure. You have to make that transition. You have to do the same thing here and out there. And that's the hardest thing in golf is can I do it when it counts?
Yeah. Well, of course, everybody looks at the PGA for like how fast they rip and all that.
They really don't rip fast. They're cut their speed fast. But if you look at them, they're real smooth. That flex right there could be the shaft.
Here you see the kids flipping turning negative into positive. This tactic is similar with conspiracy theories.
97?
But there again, you're not swinging any faster, you're swinging more efficient. Don't worry about the swing.
Whoa! Really got the hold of the ground on that one. Hey, it went straight though. Well, that does it for the fitting. Now, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a look at the data that they sent us, and then we'll go from there and look at the shaft, or more or less what I need to be using now, because from what we've gotten, I've outgrown this one already. Yeah, on average, my swing speed is about 90 to 93 miles per hour. No, club head speed, 90 to 93 miles an hour. Average distance is about 240, give or take, on the good shots. And I got a little bit of a draw. But I don't know if that's with most lefties. But now let's go look at the data and we'll go from there. All right, so now that we're back home with the data, this right here is the PDF of every single club that I hit minus the Callaway Extreme Fit Razor. The Razor Extreme Fit. That wasn't an extra shift shaft, and that one wasn't really my fit because my club head speed isn't all that there yet to where pros have the extra stiff ones. But, you know, I digress. So the ones we did record were the Titleist, TaylorMade, and the Callaway Rogue. Those three, plus my HL3, which is the current driver that I'm using, which, as you can see, is all these numbers right here. The ball speed was 135 miles per hour. The launch angle was pretty high, 16.2, which is not what you want in a driver, because you know you don't want that descent angle to be like, because as soon as it goes down, it's gonna stop rolling. Which with drivers you want to keep that roll. The RPMs on the ball were 3,138, which again, not what you want. You don't want to be around 3,000, but no more than 3,000, but no less than 2,500. We were off the center line by 9 degrees. Negative 9 degrees means it's to the left. If it's a positive number, it's to the right. Average carry distance was 208. Average total distance was 230. So that's my current driver that we're using. The second driver was the Titleist 913 D3. That one was a little bit better. The ball speed wasn't as fast, but the launch angle was a lot lower by 4 degrees. That one, the spin, lower. We got 5,000 RPM lower. The offline was averaging -4, which means we're more consistent towards the middle. The only downside there was we lost a yard, but we gained total distance of 2 yards. So that one was a lot better for me. Up next was my personal one, which is actually right here. This one came out back in 2004. That one's in a stiff shaft. And as you can see here, this one is a little bit fatter. I know, so that way they could get the shafts a little bit heavier. They made them a little bit thicker, tailor-made, so that way they could get it a little bit stiffer and a little bit heavier. So that way they wouldn't have to, it's kind of like so that way they could be balanced. I didn't really know how to explain that. But this one right here, the R580, our ball speed was 138. The launch angle, a lot lower by 2 degrees. That one was at 11.7 because this is in a 9.5 degree. The RPM, a lot lower. This one was at only 1,000. So we were actually, but the downside with that one is that we kept hooking it. So we were 27 degrees offline to the right. Our carry distance was 193. That went down, but the roll is what compensated for that carry distance because it was at 33 yards of roll, which averaged us 226 total distance. Now, this one right here was the one for me, which was the Callaway Rogue. That one was in the even flow stiff shaft. That one felt amazing, like nothing I'd ever swung before. As you can see here, we only had a few shots. We only had to record 2 shots because the first one was damn near impressive. We averaged 133 miles per hour ball speed. The launch angle was a little bit higher than the R580, which was decent. And the ball RPM was where we wanted to be at 2,300. And we were only offline by 11 degrees, which is the little bit of a hook, which is not as bad as the R580. The carry distance was only 206. The roll compensated again. It made up for that, 27 yards of roll, which averaged us 233 yards of total distance, which was more than the R580. So that's the one we went with, which was the even flow stiff blue shaft. Unfortunately, they didn't have that exact one on stock. I think they were reserving those for the bigger manufacturers, but not the mom and pop ones, but that's the one we went with. Not the exact specs, but damn near close to it. So that's the one, the stiff shaft that we're going to be using. I believe it's from UST Mamiya. I can't remember off the top of my head, but we're going to find out once we go put it on my HL3. So with that, we have to wait now until that shaft comes in, so we can go put it on and then we can test it out on my driver. And we'll go from there. So thank y'all guys so much for watching. Be sure to look out for part 2 of this video. We're going to be showing how it's put on. We're going to be showing the comparisons between the two. And we're actually going to go play around with it over on my local course. So thanks so much for watching. Be sure to look out for part 2. Like, comment, subscribe. Be sure to follow us on Instagram @CourtsGolfing. And thank y'all so much for watching. Be sure to look out for part 2. Thank y'all so much. Have a good day.